Good morning, I'm Jasmine Anderson. The plan to build a Vegas-style casino in Nassau is now facing a lengthy court fight. Macy Eglund and Candice Ferretti have the story you'll see only in Newsday.
More back and forth for the Las Vegas Sands proposal on the site of the Nassau Coliseum. Candice Ferretti has been following this plan for this casino resort. Tell us what's going on with the plan now.
The plan has hit a major roadblock. Last week, a judge said that the lease that Las Vegas Sands holds with the county is no longer. That is going to make it very, very difficult for Sands to build the big resort casino that they want to build on that property, and also to get the proper approvals from the state to operate a casino there at all.
So we're at a standstill at this point. What happens next?
The county is appealing the decision. That's going to take months, maybe even years. At the same time, it's possible that they can kick that lease back down, do the process over again, get adequate public comment, do an environmental review. That might actually take less time.
Okay, but still, I mean, many steps to cover here. And this property itself has been in flux for years now.
I have personally watched this property for over a decade languish. The lease changed hands 4 or 5 times. There are a lot of people on Long Island who watch this piece of property and think it's cursed, or that building on Long Island is not for the faint of heart. In this case, it probably seems true.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the latest developments. Thank you so much, Candice.
Thanks.
Read more about the possible casino on Nassau and Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. You may want to keep an eye on the weather. If you're traveling for Thanksgiving this week, a storm could slow down your plans. You may face rain-related hassles on the roads and at the airports. The National Weather Service is projecting soaking rain to begin tomorrow afternoon and into Wednesday, the busiest day of the holiday travel period. There will also be gusty winds, so please be careful. The Long Island Railroad is running extra trains on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, for the Macy's Parade in Manhattan. 6 extra trains will travel westbound from Long Island in the morning, and 5 extra trains will leave east from Penn Station after the parade. AAA is projecting that more than 55 million Americans will travel for the Thanksgiving holiday this year. That would make it the 3rd busiest in more than 20 years, so safe travels to everyone. Mourning in Freeport today after a former student was stabbed to death in England. 19-year-old Sachin Hawkins had been studying at the University of Hull to become a special education teacher. Police say he was stabbed to death last Wednesday. We're told his alleged killer is being held without bail. Police need your help finding this man. They say Joseph Bunce fired shots into the door of his ex-girlfriend's home in Central Islip last month. No one was hurt. Police say he has ties to Wyandanch, Copaig, Central Islip, and Oakdale. Long Islanders joining the world in paying tribute to Rosalynn Carter, the former First Lady, the closest advisor to Jimmy Carter during his term as president, died yesterday at her home in Georgia. She had been living with dementia and had been suffering from declining health. Rosalynn Carter was 96. Former President Carter releasing a statement saying, quote, "Rosalynn was my equal partner in everything I ever accomplished. As long as Rosalynn was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me," end quote. President Biden saying this.
You know, they're really an incredible family because they brought so much grace to the office.
There will be a private funeral for Carter on November 29th. Read more about Rosalynn Carter's life and her past trips to Long Island on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A tax hike in Riverhead. Town of Riverhead officials approved their budget last week. It will pierce the state 2% tax cap for the 2nd consecutive year. The average Riverhead home will see their property taxes jump about $135 next year. The season of giving continues in Sayville. Steve Langford was there as veterans received Thanksgiving meals.
We hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Beyond the big meal and football and shopping, there is a vitally American reason to say thanks this week.
Thank you for your service.
In Sayville, at the Community Ambulance Company, a gesture of gratitude to those who put their lives on the line for this country.
You know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
A free turkey and fixings for any and all veterans offered by the ambulance company and its partners.
It's the least we could do for their services to provide them with a turkey and fixings for a Thanksgiving meal.
Now in its third year, this tribute has become a tradition that hits home.
They've seen a lot of things that we will never see.
Maureen Murphy has seen more than a mother should ever have to. Her son, Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy, a hero who gave his life in Afghanistan 18 years ago now. His proud mom here on the Sunday before Thanksgiving to help too.
I like it because I think there's a lot of people in need this year.
As well as the need to give thanks back.
Thank you for your service.
Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Read more about this story and how you can help local veterans today on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. 2 lucky turkeys escaping the Thanksgiving table today. Today, on his 81st birthday, President Joe Biden will pardon Liberty and Bell. The birds are due at the White House later today for the annual holiday tradition, which dates back to 1947. Long Island's Mariah Carey again showing us why she's the queen of Christmas. She is fabulous. She performed her hit All I Want for Christmas Is You at the Billboard Music Awards last night. Her 12-year-old twins joined her on stage. Carey was also honored with the Billboard Chart Achievement Award for the massive success of her holiday classic. Congratulations to the Queen. The Jets are dealing with quarterback controversy today after grounding Zach Wilson. Backup quarterback Tim Boyle replaced Wilson in the third quarter after Wilson was benched. Gang Green was embarrassed by the Bills, 32-6 the final. It's too soon to know whether the QB move is permanent.
We're down at 8. Howell under pressure. Down he goes.
A different story for the Giants. The Giants forced 6 turnovers to beat the Commanders. Big Blue beat Washington 31-19, making his second NFL start. Tommy DeVito threw for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions in the 31-19 win over Washington. Congratulations. Tonight, the Kelsey brothers face off in a Monday Night Football showdown. It's a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. Travis in Kansas City is hosting Jason and the Eagles tonight. Who will have bragging rights? Tune in to find out. Checking out your hyper-local Monday forecast. It's the coldest day of the week. Sunny today, highs around 43 degrees. Tonight, lows dip down into the 20s in certain areas. Tomorrow, cloudy with highs around 47 degrees. And a look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
The number of unpaid LIRR fares is soaring, and it's costing the railroad big money. So what's the plan to resolve this issue? Alfonso Castillo has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
All tickets, please. All tickets.
That's the cue for most Long Island Railroad passengers to get out their tickets. But some riders never buy a ticket, either because they can't or they just don't want to.
Those passengers typically get one of these. It's called an ADL 6009 invoice, essentially an IOU that riders are supposed to mail back to the railroad with payment. But the reality is most of them never do.
As a tax-paying rider, seems unfair to me.
According to LIRR figures obtained by Newsday, in 2022, the railroad issued more than 100,000 invoices to riders who said they couldn't pay their fares, about 29% more than in 2019, before the COVID-19 pandemic began, when a lot more people were riding the train. The railroad billed riders for about $1.4 million in unpaid fares, but only got back around $60,000 of that. And the problem only got worse during the first 5 months of this year, when the railroad handed out more than 55,000 invoices, up 70% from last year. MTA officials have acknowledged that the invoice system simply isn't working and that changes must be made.
We have to do something, not just because of the money impacts, but because of the sense of cohesiveness and fairness to riders who, feel like, that they're being taken advantage of.
Among the riders who feels that way is Smithtown commuter Mark Solomon, who was surprised to learn the LIRR system of dealing with fare beaters.
To hear such a story that there's an easy way to just say you don't have the money to pay, or that, you know, you could bill me and I'll pay you when I feel like it. I didn't know there was such a easy way out of it.
The MTA isn't doing away with the invoice system altogether, but it is taking other measures to address the problem, including by more frequently having MTA police remove passengers from trains and dealing with fare disputes here at station platforms. That could mean putting some people under arrest. For NewsdayTV, I'm Alfonso Castillo.
Alfonso, thank you. Read more about unpaid train fares on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. A new place to take your family holiday photos, the Selfie Studio. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
A selfie for the holidays. So you bring your phone and they provide the ring light and the clicker, and then all you have to do is smile. At the new Long Island Selfie Studio in Riverhead, their halls are decked with festive, fun backdrops.
You book an appointment online and you come in for a whole hour, you take all the pictures you want.
There's this winter wonderland set, plenty of room for a family photo. There's this soda shop setup, or go for the Grinch background. And if you have time left over during your hour session, feel free to have fun taking photos on their other sets too.
It's different. It's, you know, I decorated every booth like I would decorate in my house.
Next stop, Nassau County Selfie Clubhouse at the Broadway Mall in Hicksville.
For the holidays, we have our general admission, which gives you access to the entire site for 1 hour. You can take as many photos, as many videos as you want on your cell phone for that hour.
You could pick from a porch to pretty pinks to traditional Christmas scenes.
We have over 30 different holiday-themed backgrounds, so customers get the choice of many different backgrounds to actually take their photos, their videos, and just enjoy the experience. It gives a lot of options for your holiday cards this year.
And if you want to take a photo with Santa or the Grinch, you can book a holiday package that comes with a professional photographer to take your photo. Just don't take the presents. Put the presents back. Elisa DiStefano, Newsday TV.
Say cheese to the holidays. Read more about where to take your holiday photos on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get in the game with Newsday. The best team of sports reporters and columnists bring you in-depth analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and news from inside the locker room. Get in the game when you subscribe to Newsday, your destination for total sports coverage at newsday.com/sports.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.